Hey, how you all doing? It's been a while since I put a video out, and it's mostly because I've been busy working and so forth. I've been doing quite a lot of filming as I go, but bear with me. And look, what do you think of the new hoodie? You got one, haven't you, Scarlett?
Yep.
Yep.
I got a t-shirt.
Yeah, you got a t-shirt, but not today. So yeah, they're going to be on the shop soon. If you want to buy something like that, you can. But anyway, enjoy the video, and I will. We'll see you soon.
And you can get a green one if you want.
You can get a green one too. Yeah. They come in black too. I'm going to get these all on the website really soon for you. But in the meantime, I want to show you what I've been up to with this truck. So I've got this piece of sapele in here, which is African hardwood. I've recessed the rivets. You know, you get rivets like this in the top of the frame. I've recessed those into that wood with a drill and a really big countersink. That worked really, really well. And then I've used some pieces like this to strengthen up the frame, where I've tightened up these threaded bar, what do you call them, clamps. I tried to get U-bolts, but I just couldn't get the ones just the right size, so gone with some high tensile M12 threaded bar. I've had these bracket toppers laser cut. They work really, really well. I've gone for mounting it in 3 places, which should allow for a good amount of rigidity and also allowing it to flex somewhat. I spent some time making up these brackets to hold the fuel tank. Offered those up, welded them up real nice. Got some nice clearances off the frame of the truck as well. I'm planning on, over on this other side, I'm planning on having some bolt-on tabs so that I can have a battery tray in there. Get the battery up, and on the inside here, be nice and concealed. Before I clamped it all on, I did do some mock-ups with the frame rail on this side to see how it's going to look. I'm pretty happy with how it is. Been messing around with a cutout for the wheel, given the amount of travel it's going to have. I don't think it's going to need quite as much of a bite taken out of it as this. I mean, it's a 100mm box section, and I think I might cut into it about 50mm. Over at the back here, I'm going to put a 50x100 cross member along here, and then there's going to be a laser cut framework which will go on the back. Be like kind of like a rear panel, bumper, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I've done something of a CAD drawing for it. I think it looks pretty cool. I've ordered the cross members. I've designed and ordered the cross members which are going to go along here and support the timber. I'm going to leave that as a surprise for the next video, but I think they'll look pretty cool. Not that you'll ever see them unless you climb under the truck, but you know, it doesn't matter, does it? And then I'll get to designing the rear end. I might get my friend Tim to laser cut some timber so that I can do like a mock-up, see what I think, put it outside, all that business. I've also built a cross member for the front, underneath where the transmission kind of meets the engine. There always was one. When the truck came out the factory, there would have been a cross member there. This is the piece which goes on the frame rail for my cross member. This is the passenger side. So I've got that kind of tacked in there. Didn't film any of that because it's a real pain in the ass to do it. I've got some good old welds on there. Well, kind of missed with that one, but it was done blind. I'm going to get some supporting welds on the inside there so it doesn't bend up, and get some more welds on it. So I don't have an accurate bandsaw for cutting sections, and marking out is a pain in the ass. So I've laser cut this piece of plywood and I'm going to use it as a guide to use my grinder to cut this. I've used one of my steel blocks to get it level up the side. So when you're using that method with the template, make sure that you put the template up the correct way. I had to recut that one. I took this this little transition apart because the way I designed it, I needed to have this piece flush with the edge of this piece rather than having a nice little edge flange, fillet, whatever. Anyway, it works out better, you know, so I clamp it down like that, weld that piece on, tack it in place, go that route. But that's why we tack things, so that we can untack them and start again. Now we've got two the same. Just wait for those to cool down, and then I can start to offer them up. Alright, so this is how it looks on the frame. There's a taper on the frame that I didn't account for, so I've got some gaps to weld up. But that's fine. That's essentially the cross members in its position. Now I'm going to let this cool down for a little while before I finish off all the welds. Some of them need ground out and done again, but that's fine. The main thing is there. It's kind of cool looking. So that's this cross member finished, welded and ground and cleaned. I'm not going to paint it yet because there's a chance an exhaust mount or something like that might need to be mounted on it. Not going to paint any of this stuff as it's going on. The whole thing, the framework and everything, I'm going to strip it all off. Maybe I'll send it for powder coat. Maybe I'll paint it. The smaller pieces it's okay, but I think there's quite a lot of busyness about some of these pieces, so powder coating might be the best way to go. Just a matter of dropping it off and picking it up again, really, isn't it? Alright. Over the top. Oh, you do it that way. Doing a good job, aren't you? Why is it important to clean up?
Because there might be bits and bobs that will hurt you and you might slip over them.
That's exactly right, well done. Right, should we move to the next part of the frame to do the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm still not finished this bit.
Alright, well we've got to do it properly. I'll turn the vacuum on again, okay? What about the other side? The other side needs done too. So there you have it. That's how far we've got with the truck at the moment. I think you're really going to see some difference when I get the rails on and, you know, the cross rails and so forth. But yeah, anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Alright, so got that nicely wired in. Works as an indicator as well. The white light will go off and the amber light will start to flash. I just got to work on the timings on that. Go on, let's see the indicator again.